The psychology of growing up without a father due to childhood loss. The loss of a father during childhood due to death is a profound emotional event that can shape psychological development across the lifespan. Unlike divorce or non-custodial absence, the permanent loss of a father through death represents a unique form of attachment disruption, grief, and social stress that extends beyond family structure alone. Research over the past several decades has examined how fatherlessness relates to emotional functioning, behavior, identity formation, social relationships, and adaptive capacities in children and later adult life. Attachment, stress, and early emotional development. From a psychological and biological standpoint, early relationships with caregivers play a central role in emotional regulation and stress response. Studies suggest that losing a primary caregiver, like a father, can heighten stress at a cellular level, impacting physiological processes linked to health and development. For example, research from a large longitudinal cohort found that children who experienced father loss had shorter telomere length, a marker of chronic stress exposure, with particularly strong effects when the loss occurred at young ages. Attachment theory further emphasizes that secure early bonds help children learn to manage emotions and explore the world with confidence. The death of a father can disrupt attachment security, contributing to emotional dysregulation, anxiety, and depressive symptoms in childhood and adolescence. Emotional and behavioral outcomes. Numerous studies report that children growing up without a father are at greater risk for a range of emotional and behavioral challenges compared to peers who grow up with both parents present. While results vary by context and individual support systems, some common patterns. Paternal loss significantly impacts a child's psychological landscape, often leading to internalizing problems such as chronic depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem that can persist well into their adult years. Beyond emotional distress, the absence of paternal supervision and modeling can manifest as externalizing behavioral issues, including increased aggression and difficulty navigating social stressors. Socially, these children may exhibit fewer prosocial traits like gratitude or forgiveness, though individual resilience acts as a crucial mediator in mitigating these outcomes. The long-term emotional imprint of this loss is frequently observed in adult relationship patterns, where individuals, particularly women, may grapple with emotional dependence and an underlying tendency to seek father figures in their partners. Ultimately, the death of a father reshapes a child's internal world and social trajectory, creating complex developmental challenges that require robust support systems to navigate. Academic and social functioning. Beyond internal states, the absence of a father can influence academic performance and peer interactions. Studies show that fatherless children experience challenges such as lower academic achievement and motivation, linked in part to economic changes following parental death and shifts in family roles. It also affects social difficulties due to changes in family routines and fewer opportunities for shared problem-solving and play. It's important to note that while these associations are present in broad population studies, they are not deterministic. Many father-absent children achieve academic success and strong peer relationships when supported by other adults and stable environments. Identity formation and adult adjustment. Father absence during formative years can shape how individuals view themselves and others. Research points to several psychological patterns seen in adults who lost fathers as children. The absence of a paternal figure often complicates a child's ego development and self-definition, potentially leading to identity uncertainty regarding gender roles and familial expectations. These challenges frequently extend into adulthood, where individuals may struggle with trust and commitment in romantic relationships due to early attachment disruptions and unresolved grief. Furthermore, longitudinal research indicates that the death of a father is linked to long-term variations in psychological well-being, often manifesting as increased depressive symptoms and lower self-esteem. While the loss creates a significant vulnerability, the ultimate impact on a person's life course is heavily influenced by the quality of their social support and the development of personal resilience. Together, these factors illustrate how paternal loss reshapes an individual's internal identity and their ability to form stable, healthy connections later in life. Mechanisms: why father absence matters. To understand the psychological impacts of father loss, it helps to consider the key mechanisms involved. Paternal death causes profound attachment disruptions, damaging the foundational sense of safety and emotional regulation a child needs for future relationships. This loss triggers chronic stress that can alter biological markers, such as telomeres, potentially impacting long-term physical and mental health. Furthermore, the absence of a father removes a primary model for social behavior and problem solving, though mentors may fill this void. Finally, the resulting economic instability and altered family routines create secondary environmental stressors that further complicate a child's developmental trajectory. Protective factors and resilience. Not all children who lose a father experience poor psychological outcomes. Research highlights several protective factors that promote resilience. Paternal loss can be mitigated by strong relationships with mentors, teachers, and extended family who provide vital emotional modeling. Maintaining a stable home environment through consistent routines and open communication further fosters psychological security. Additionally, personal resilience often allows individuals to develop enhanced empathy and independence despite their loss. Finally, supportive community networks and cultural traditions of shared caregiving serve as essential buffers that reduce the overall stress associated with father absence.